Welcome back, everyone. It's Freddie Mac here on Ham Radio Crusader YouTube channel. And I've got a follow-up today on the TIDRADIO. TIDRADIO? TIDRADIO? I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but I'm going to go with TIDRADIO. The TIDRADIO. I think it's a TD-H8 dual bander. And don't get me wrong, I'm starting to like this little radio, but it has made me angry already. This is a different radio than what you've seen in my initial unboxing video. I was going through most of the paces, the regular stuff, the Bluetooth programming, the cable programming, the settings, the sound, and I forgot to check one crucial thing through all of this. I did a little bit with the transmit audio from this radio, but from the first radio, mind you. This is a different radio. I did a little bit of the transmit audio from this radio to one of the little Quanchang UVK5s, and I didn't pay it much attention. And then I did the firmware upgrade, and I programmed it again, did this and I did that. And that night, I checked into a net just to see how I sounded to them, and they said my audio was very low. And I'm like, really? I didn't notice that before. So I got out the programming software, which I just went ahead and used the Bluetooth app. It's called Oddmaster, OD Master. It's all one word, ODMASTER. It's on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. And I noticed right at the very bottom of the screen on the features page was mic gain, and it's set for 0. And to myself, in my head, I was thinking 0 must be automatic maybe, but no, that was a pipe dream. Usually it says ACG or AGC for automatic gain control on any normal radio, but nonetheless, I kept fiddling with that. I ended up putting the mic gain all the way to the top at like 30, I want to say was the reading. And I checked back into the net before it was over, and they said, yeah, your audio's better, but it could still go up a little more. And I'm right here talking into the mic. So I get on my All-Star node, kick everyone off, put it in parrot mode, and they were right. The audio was very low. At its highest setting, it was almost tolerable, but I still didn't like it. Not for what I paid. Almost $60, 50 some odd, maybe 53, I can't remember. It was on sale on Amazon. I say it was on sale. There was a reduced rate. Nonetheless, I put in a return authorization to Amazon, and they sent me a return label. I dropped it back in at UPS the next morning at the UPS drop-off, and within the hour after I did that, I got a shipping notification from Amazon saying my replacement radio had shipped. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. That was on a Monday. Today's Wednesday. I got it yesterday evening when I got home from work. So I charged it up overnight, and I've programmed it throughout the day. And once again, the audio was a little low. It wasn't as bad as before, but it was still low. So I went ahead and I bumped it up all the way, programmed it, and I liked what I heard when I did a parrot mode at work. So we're going to do one here and see what it sounds like. Yes, we will go here. This is my Supermon 1. I'm still using Supermon 1 to put it into parrot mode. And I do that by going to Control. You got a pop-up screen, you hit that, you got to drop down, you go close to the bottom, and it says Enable Parrot Mode, and I can execute. You can hear the radio beep. Nonetheless, we'll do a little test. KD5 FMU testing 1, 2, 3.
KD5 FMU Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Of course, AA5PD had to reconnect to my node and chime right in. I love this man. He's my best buddy. Everyone meet James Strauss. Hello, James. You're on the air in a YouTube video for the Ham Radio Crusader, testing the audio on the TIDRADIO TD-H8, TD-H8. It's one of those two. How are you today?
Hello, James. You're on the air. I'm sorry. Say that again. I had a hornet try to attack me.
Yeah.
TD-H8. It's one of those two. How are you today?
How about we turn the parrot mode off? AA5PD, this is KD5FMU, in the middle of a video for the Ham Radio Crusader YouTube channel, testing the audio on the TIDRADIO TD-H8. How do I sound to you, sir?
Absolutely golden. You sound great. AA5PD.
Outstanding. I think we've got the audio thing worked out then. All right, I'm going to back out for a little bit and I'll catch up with you later. KD5FMU. Monitoring, standing by.
Okay, have a great night. AA5PD. Mobile.
All right, now, my do's and don'ts, I guess, not do's and don'ts necessarily. I like the radio. Don't get me wrong, it feels like a public safety radio. I'm going to contend with that because I've carried public safety radios for 33 years. The screen is a little bit different than what I'm accustomed to. The screen will either stay on 5 seconds. Let's see, no, it's 10 seconds. Maybe it's 5, 10, and 30 seconds you can set it at, or you can set it at continuous. I should have left it at continuous for the purpose of this video, but I did not. But that would, be counterproductive to battery life. But, I charged it last night. I've had it on all day long listening to a repeater channel, and look at that battery indicator. It hasn't went down once. Now, it went down before when I had the other one out of the box. But if you look, this is channel 2, this is the frequency for channel 2, and the arrow points to the channel that we're on. So they put the label down here separate so that you can see both channel labels at the same time. So if I go to A, it bumps it up here to KD5FMU, that's my repeater, and shows the frequency for it, and the channel indicator. So you get all three, which is kind of good. And you've got your Bluetooth symbol there. You can hit this BL button and turn your Bluetooth off. That might save a little more battery. Don't know, but it might. This is a power output indicator, not like an S meter like I'd said before. I was just talking too fast. But I've got this on low power, so when I key it up, it hits a... Oh, I take that back. I got this channel on high power, so it says it's putting out 10 watts, but I don't have the proper adapter to put an RF meter on this radio yet. I've got this one on 2 watts, I believe, and it just shows the indicator going up to 2. So, I don't know if you can see that. It's not bad. I mean, it really isn't. I like it. The battery seems to be really, really stout. It does have an FM receiver. Got the weather channels. And I've got the air conditioner on up here. That's why we got all the background noise, but it's not helping me receive my weather channels either. Let's do that. Turn that back off. Let's short press. There's our FM channels. It's always Alabama when I turn it on the country station. Nothing wrong with that. The menu's pretty straightforward. You got, this is my all-star node in case you ever want to connect, 58176. That's my local area node here at the Ham Radio Crusader Castle. And this is my repeater up in Preston, the Kilo Delta 5 Foxtrot Mike uniform, 70 centimeter repeater. It's also a YSF repeater, analog or YSF. But in the menu setting for transmit select, your choices are, well, let me get it back there. Main, busy. Okay. Now if you set this for busy, and my All-Star channel starts talking while I'm selected on this channel, the selection will change over to the channel that last had traffic. So you have to really watch that when you do that, because you could pick up the radio transmitting, thinking you're transmitting on one channel, and you may be transmitting on another. I'm sure that feature has its uses. I just don't find it productive at this moment. So I'm going to leave it at main, which is whatever channel you select, not whatever channel it selects. That's the scan list. Add. You can add this channel into the scan list. Scan mode, it's where it either stops on a busy channel, or if it stops on a busy channel for just a few seconds and then continues on. There's those kind of settings. I'm not sure what FMDW is. MDF-A and MDF-B. I think it's memory. Yeah, what memory display frequency, and you can have it name or channel number. Busy channel lock. It's to lock a busy channel out of a scan list. Auto lock. It's when the keypad auto locks, I think, after a certain amount of time of probably of inactivity. The direction is the repeater direction, I'm pretty sure. And this is not a repeater. Well, it is too. No, yes. So I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to look into that. You can set your offset, but maybe that's why there's no offset set. Could be. If I want to save a VFO channel into memory, you can pick it there. Or delete a channel out of memory, alarm mode. And when you hit this button, and by default it's set for an alarm, it will sound off. It'll also transmit that sound out over the air. It's a siren sound. It's not something you probably want to do. Seek CTCSS. Let's say you have a busy channel you're listening to and you don't know what the CTCSS tone is. You set this to seek. It will scan the CTCSS tones, detect the one that's on that channel, so that you'll know what it is. Same with DCS seek. The tail on is how the radio covers up a squelch tail. That's kind of like reverse burst. Hi, K booty. Roger beep, off and on, and receive repeater tone. Some repeaters in other places and somewhere in this world require certain tones before they'll activate. You can set those here. And the language for the menu is English. Hopping receive, I'm not sure what this is yet, unless it's that same feature as before I was telling you about. I haven't researched that. When you hit reset VFO, it's going to reset your radio. Sync on, don't know what that is yet. PTT ID is like a DTMF push-to-talk ID. Some people use it, some people don't. And DTMF ST. I don't know if it has to do with DTMF, but I'm not exactly sure what the purpose is. And ANI ID, it's an automatic number identification ID. There are reasons for this. Not much used in amateur radio. RP repeater state. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is yet either. Going to find that out. Or that. And there's your firmware version. Squelch set at 5. The steps, transmit power. And when I say steps, it's frequency increments when you're in the VFO. Power save, box level, bandwidth, backlit control. We set it to continuous a while ago. I don't know if I had the menu or this radio tilted good enough for you to see it, but nonetheless, that's most of those features there. Belt clip is pretty strong. The base of it's metal. The battery hangs on with a pull-down clip, and you can pull it right off. And I'm telling you, it's got a little meat to it. It is a 2,500 milliamp hour battery, 7.4 volts. It's lithium ion. Feels like if you chunked it, somebody would get hurt if you hit them in the head with it. I was hoping this one would have USB-C charging. It does not. I am told, and I have heard rumblings, that there's one on the internet that does. It's like a ruggedized IP67 version, maybe, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But for the money, and I want to say this was around $58.99. It was on sale somewhere in there on Amazon. It was great. I got it really fast, and a little light on the front. As lights go on little radios, this one's pretty bright. Interesting stuff, to say the very least. Let me do this, push this. And it goes out over the air. I don't like that. I don't think. I'm not sure. It's just kind of weird. Not my thing. I like the orange around the push to talk button. Kind of helps you in the dark a little bit. You got the standard Kenwood microphone jacks on the side. 2 programmable buttons. There's about 5 different things you can select for these. And this top orange button, you can change it to whatever it is. The antenna is a SMA female. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but the other one was just like that. Does it look like to you it's like leaning in a little bit? Not so much that this is leaning, but it looks like the base is just kind of... I don't know what that's all about. But, hey, there it is. It feels really good. You can lock the keypad, and that way you're not moving things around by bumping this little bugger. Push and hold it again, you unlock it. It's a little key right down here. You can do some function control on the front. The steps, the box, the beep, the wide and narrow, save, scan, squelch. It's just, it's got some neat features. There is a website. It's their website for the drivers. It's actually for the programming software, but with that package comes down firmware upgrade and tuning software, which I haven't tried the tuning software, and we may get into that. But the one that I download, there's 3 kinds. One's called Ham, one's called GMRS, and the third one is called Unlock. And I worked out some key combinations. Somebody commented in my last video, and I appreciate it very much, about the key combinations that you can do to unlock the radio. But when I did not have that unlock firmware in here, they didn't work. They showed up, but the radio wouldn't reset. So I went to the website. There's really good instructions in there to upgrade that firmware, but you've got to have a Baofeng type 2-prong programming cable to do it. You can't do it via Bluetooth, that I'm aware of. I'd be afraid to. But I upgraded the firmware, and then turned the radio off, hold down the number 1 key and the PTT, and turn the radio on, held down the 1 key, push the push to talk, turn the radio on, and you get this. So let me show you here. It says init 136 to 174 megahertz and 400 to 525 megahertz. Hey, that's an exciting range. That gives you mirrors and ham and GMRS. Once you get it there, push and hold the menu button until the radio reboots. It will reset everything you have in there, and all your saved channels will be gone, and you will start anew. If you don't want to do that, turn it off. If you want ham only, I believe it is, maybe it's 2? Yeah. The 2-key PTT power on, all together, ham only. Do you see that? And then you hit and hold the menu button until the radio reboots. Boom. You're into that mode. Now there's one more. Actually, there's a few more. Maybe it was 0. Yes, and knit all to GMRS. If you want it to be GMRS only, hey, it's your radio. Maybe it's what you want to do. Myself, I did number 1 so that I'd have mirrors and GMRS and ham radio all at the same time, and I haven't looked back. I may be 2 days away from retirement, but I'm still sworn personnel with the county sheriff's office as a reserve deputy. I won't work active shifts like I have for the last 33 years, but I still have authorization to use public safety channels. So this is a dual-purpose walkie. For a receiver, I have a public safety radio that I will be transmitting on. But this will make a great receiver when I need to monitor other channels, especially emergency management, EMS, and fire. Dadgum, the audio on this thing is great. The receive audio is just spectacular. Now, will it do aircraft receive? I don't believe so. Let me go to VFO here. Type in 119000 and boom. No, it does not. It takes me right back to 70 centimeter. I'll show you that real quick. 119000 120 just won't do it. The TIDRADIO TD-H8 8H. Can't seem to hold it in my head. H8, the TD-H8 from TIDRADIO. Get you one today, or don't. I don't care. It's up to you. Only you know how you want a ham, or GMRS. Great radio. I'm probably going to hang on to this one. Man, I wish it did 220. I really, really wish it did 220, but you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. All right, folks. The TIDRADIO TD-H8, or 8H, one of the two. You'll see it somewhere. Nifty little booger, and I like the receive sensitivity. I like the sound. The transmit audio is fine. You might want to check yours as soon as you get it and make sure you don't get one that might have an issue of some kind. I don't know. You never can tell. There it is, the TIDRADIO TD-H8 for your listening pleasure. This is Freddie Mac, wishing all the good signals to be yours, and I hope you have a great day, and ham on, y'all.